Hello there fellow acolytes and welcome to something a little bit different for this Halloween episode. This time we're doing a review of a modern game. It's Alien Isolation. I have quite an affinity for the Alien franchise, so I hold this game very close to my heart, so I thought I'd give it a review. Alien Isolation is a survival horror game and it stars Amanda Ripley, who's the daughter of Ellen Ripley from the films. She's a mechanic and she joins a crew heading for Sevastopol Station to get the flight record of the Nostromo. She has a personal interest in this mission, of course, because she wants to help locate her mother, who's been missing for a long time. After a rocky landing on Sevastopol, you realise something bad's happened. The place is falling apart, there's blood and graffiti on the walls, the androids are acting a little strange, and the survivors there don't seem too happy to see you. Things go from bad to worse when you realise that you're stuck on Sevastopol with no communication, and there's something else lurking there. From the moment you step onto Sevastopol, you're hit with how beautiful it looks. The futuristic, or at least futuristic circa 1970s, architecture fits the alien universe perfectly. The gas giant outside in the vastness of space is phenomenally beautiful. The realistic lighting shows the amount of detail they put into the design of the station. You can even see things like dust particles in the air, and as soon as you play it, you just think, this fits the world perfectly. The audio as well is fantastic, the music is pretty much perfect and evokes the beautiful score of the original Alien film, and it adds to the terrifying atmosphere of the game. When you're under threat, the music picks up with such a natural intensity that your body can't help transition from a state of unease to pure terror. There's a memorable sequence towards the end which is probably my favourite ever moment in an Alien game that has a flawless musical accompaniment. It takes a scary sequence and transforms it into something completely pant-wetting. In addition to the music, the sound design is also excellent. From the footsteps of the alien to the screams, it all sounds really good, and you have to listen for these audio cues as well to help you survive visits from your friendly alien xenomorph. Okay, so it looks good, sounds good. How about the gameplay? Well, it plays pretty good. The main objective, of course, is to find the recording and get out of there. But as the game progresses, there are other things that need to be done along the way. Despite the situation she's in, you get the feeling that these additional objectives have to be done, so none of it ever seems out of place. Sometimes in games they throw in additional objectives, and you just kind of think, what are they doing? They should just get out. But this one, everything seems like it's done out of complete necessity. The enemies in the game, you have the alien, of course, but then you also have survivors, some of which are quite hostile, and there are also killer androids as well. You've got weapons at your disposal, but Amanda's no fighter. Most of the game you'll be playing hide and seek with people and the creature, sneak around ventilation shafts, hiding in smoke, using your motion detector to find out threats, constructing various items to distract or kill anything that's hostile. There are weapons, but the ammunition's really limited. Your health is tiny, and Amanda has terrible aim. Also, if you use weapons, you have the serious risk of attracting the attention of something far worse than a hostile survivor. This isn't a bad thing though, because you can use it to your advantage. For example, if you attract the alien with gunshots or the noisemaker, you can clear out enemy hostiles pretty easily. You throw the noisemaker, you go and hide, and you let the alien do the hard work. You might feel a little bit bad as you hear the screams of the people getting ripped apart, but don't feel too sad because this game is punishingly difficult. It doesn't hold your hand and will punish you for not being good enough, especially at the higher difficulties. You have to do what you need to do in order to survive, because everyone else on the station, they will. This difficulty though works well with the game, and it always makes you fear the alien, and every second survive feels like an accomplishment. Are there any problems? Yeah, but not a lot. The rubber banding of the alien seems a little bit too tight, and no matter how hard you try, it always seems to be right on top of you. It keeps the tension high, but it can sometimes affect believability, as it seems to follow you around without actually knowing where you are. Maybe it can smell your fear. It's not a big problem, but it's something worth mentioning. The good thing is, on the PC, there is actually a mod called the Unpredictable Alien, and that actually makes the alien work in a completely random way, apart from for certain scripted events, of course. That mod makes the PC version the definitive version to play, because it takes the one slight problem with the game and adjusts it so the game feels a lot more natural and makes it an overall more enjoyable experience. A problem that critics bring up is the length of the game, but honestly I can say that the pace hardly ever feels off. It has a bunch of different fake out endings, which of course are standard fare in the Alien universe, but still I feel that the pace never really lessens and the game never has the enjoyability affected by it, and so even though it's a long game, I would definitely not say it was too long. The only time that I felt the game lost its momentum was the very last minute of the game. The final bit is one hell of an anticlimax, and I've got no idea what they were thinking when they made it. Everything else is so well designed that you'd have thought that the final part would have been a lot better, but it wasn't. It was awful. But honestly, 1 minute after, 12 or so hours of excellent playtime, it's not enough to ruin a game. So I say the game took me around like 12 hours or so, but for some people it can take longer, maybe up to like 20 hours. There's also an arcade style mode where you can play challenge maps. In this you need to complete certain objectives as fast as possible while you're being hunted by the alien. It's pretty decent, but nothing special. Whilst I do have fun playing it, it's one of those game modes that you have to get into and get the hang of and know what to do in order to be able to replay it and want to get a high score. But you know what, given the length and the quality of the main campaign, it doesn't really matter. The main game doesn't have a massive amount of replayability, apart from like collectibles and achievements, but honestly, I think the game is definitely worth the asking price. Definitely buy it, play it at night, have the volume up, have a fresh pair of underwear, and you'll have one hell of a time. Definitely worth grabbing. I would give it a 9.5 out of 10, but I would put that up to 10 out of 10 if you're playing with the Unpredictable Alien mod on the PC. So, what do you think? Have you played the game before? If so, drop a comment below and let me know what you think. If not, then what are you waiting for? It's October, it's Halloween, go and grab it and give it a shot. Thanks all for watching, bye.